Michael, put on turbo boost. I want to go to Daytona, Michael. Michael!
Today's video sucks. Real bad. But no one's hurt. So yeah, all this in perspective, right? As my wife always says, first world problems, no one's hurt, everyone's healthy, all that stuff. But the Cholo bike's trashed. Trash might be a strong word. There was a mishap, and the tank paint is absolutely ruined. As a matter of fact, I'll step to the side so I can go bing. How this happened. This is now today, Monday the 28th. And on Saturday, me and Old Man Monkey took the Cholo bike to the storage lot where my RV lives and pulled the RV out, loaded the Cholo, did some sort of prep work to the rig, put the rig away, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And then Sunday, I was going back to do some last minute, you know, maintenance and prep stuff to my rig. So I was going to rust treat the saddles of the weight distribution hitch, things like that. And on Sunday, when I went to the rig alone, I'm excited to have a nice fun video. I'm gonna do a sort of another, this is what the rig looks like on the inside kind of video, because I still get a lot of questions, people who are just started watching the channel who don't know what our RV is like and stuff. So I'm excited to kind of do that. And when I open the door to the rig, I get hit in the face with the smell of gasoline. And my first thought is, oh no, she's fallen over and gas is poured out of the tank or something. So I go up in the front door and I run to the back, the bike's standing up. It's not laying over, but I'm like, why the hell would it smell like gasoline so much? I get back there, and what had happened was, first off, this is what I see, is I see, you know, the pick. The paint is just standing up. I didn't video this because that's not how I live my life. I'm not living for content. I just, you know, love sharing this stuff with y'all, but I immediately put the, you know, my hand on the tank and wipe at it to see how bad it is, and it just slides off the tank. Section of paint, you know, about yay by yay. And I'm like, holy crap, it's ruined. What happened? And so I take the dash off, I take the leather panel off. This is in my RV with the tools I have in there. I just started disassembling to try and mitigate the damage and see how bad it is. And when I take the parts off, I can see what happened was when I put the paint, the plate that the fuel pump mounts to on that tank, when I mounted that into the tank, it was fine. I put 1,000 miles at least on that bike since I did it. So since I did the whole body conversion thing, I've ridden it all over the place. I've ridden it down to Lauderdale and back. I've ridden it out to Belle Glade and back. I've ridden it to Lauderdale several times. I put at least 1,000 miles on that bike, no issues. You know, probably 4 or 5 tanks of gas, 6 tanks of gas, no problems. Why that day it started leaking fuel at the back of that plate is frickin' beyond me. I loosened the plate, you know, worked on the gasket a little bit, tightened it back down, no fuel. I'm like, I don't know why at that moment it did it, but the fuel got under the paint and just ate it off. And from there, when I took the panel off, I could see the damage, of course, was all under the leather panel, and so I cleaned all that off, and this is the total extent of how much paint came off the bike. And also, if you are experienced in sort of doing body work and stuff, you'll see what obviously happened is that the tank wasn't prepped right for the paint. It's real simple. So real quick, I want to just put this giant asterisk here. This is not a failure, you know, for my buddies at Admin Black. It's not. What I did was I asked them to do something they don't do. So the background of this story is, you know, they manufacture fenders and all kinds of parts like that. They manufacture gas tank covers that go over a stock Harley tank and stretch them, all that stuff. They make all this stuff, and they do a fantastic job. They make brand new parts in a factory, and then there's a paint plant of professionals that do nothing but lay OEM quality paint jobs on virgin parts, right? That's what they do. Bam, 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 all day long. Saddlebag lids, tour packs, tank covers, you know, stretch side covers, front fenders, the Dominator rear fenders, the CVO rear fender. I mean, all that stuff. That's they churn that stuff out like crazy. inner fairings, all that. They do it beautifully. What I asked them to do was take a used Harley-Davidson metal gas tank, something they're not used to working with, and do a color swap. And my buddy, who's the CEO there, was like, it's risky, but let's do it. You know, let's do it. That way it'll all match and et cetera, et cetera. So his folks churned out a beautiful paint job, as you saw in the pictures, like just like glass. It was such a perfect paint job. But what they aren't experts at doing is color change, which is a totally different process of sanding and sanding and resanding and sanding some more and sanding some more and then sealing it and then sanding some more and sanding some more. So it's freaking 70% of that job doing a color swap is all the prep work. And unfair to them, that's not their expertise. And the tank wasn't prepped just right, and gasoline just ate the frickin' paint right off the tank. What I want you all to know, please, is this doesn't have anything to do with any parts you would buy from Advent Black. If you buy their front fender or their gas tank covers or any of that stuff, this is not a problem. I wouldn't soak any painted part in gasoline for 24 hours, but I'm just saying this is not a problem. This is not a complaint for people, et cetera, et cetera. This was us doing one time, one thing unique, took a fish out of water and ended up with a disaster. So the Cholo bike will not be going to Daytona. But as my wife likes to say, first world problems, I have like a couple of these. One of the hilarious things is this happens the day after I took the Ultra Limited out of commission by removing the lowers and the radiators. So I don't know if you guys saw that video I debuted last night, but I took the lowers, radiators, fans, and everything off the Ultra and the outer fairing cap, so I could disassemble all that stuff to take it to a paint shop to get it painted, the Hot Rod Red Canyon Flake to match the whole rest of the body that I've got to go on it. So, you know, Mrs. Monkey says, well, can't you just put the Ultra back together and take that? Not really, because reassembling all that stuff, refilling the radiators with coolant, to get her back on the road so that I can take it all back apart when I get home is just not something I'm prepared to do. I'm not going to do that. Especially since Brother Olaf's bike is right there, and when I told him what happened to the Cholo, Olaf's like, so you're going to take my bike, right? Like, he's like, take my bike. It's sitting there. It's covered in cool Advent Black parts already. Take it. He's like, he goes, he's doing really well, by the way, side note, but he ain't ready to ride. So he's like, I can't go to Daytona, at least my bike will go. He's like, take the bike. So I have a really nice 2020 Road Glide here that's pretty tricked out that we've been working on for a while, so that's what's gonna go with me. But so anyway, that's the story. The Cholo's out of commission. We're gonna figure it out. I mean, I've already talked to a couple experts who have said the tank can be salvaged. It doesn't even need to be completely repainted. We can relay that. Restoration guys, they're like, we can relay that. Actually, a viewer of the channel, I don't have his permission to say his name, so I'm not gonna, but he's been incredibly helpful saying like, I can fix that. That's not a problem. But then I'm gonna talk to the CEO of Advent Black today to see what's his preference, and then we'll figure it out. But we will get the tank fixed. We'll get the Cholo back together, and it will be seen at upcoming events. But a freaking disaster happened. Why it happened on this just a few days before Daytona when it was already loaded in the RV is freaking beyond me, but that's what happened. That's such is the life, right? So, what are we gonna do the rest of this video? The rest of this video is, now that I know that I'm taking Olaf's bike, we have to, you know, the Lone Wolf No Club sticker I've already taken off. I forgot to turn the camera on. Streamers are already off. Gotta take the bell off because I think it might fall off. I have to take the lights off the front wheel. I'll link to the video before, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. To make Olaf smile while he's been, you know, under the weather, I did some ridiculous things to his really cool blacked out Road Glide and then rode it around. I have to take those things off because A, I'll get killed in Daytona. Secondly, they're not really highway rated, these pink glowy lights in the front wheel, and I feel like they could get bound up. So, and I don't really want pink lights on my front wheel in Daytona. Anyway, so I'm gonna take those off. And I have some parts that I still needed to put on this bike. So as the Ultra Limited gets torn down for the color swap, the stretch side covers that were already on it, and the dash, this really cool, you know, dash cover that Advent Black makes, this is coming off and going on his bike. I also had some little chrome bits. So I think I'm gonna change the horn today to a chrome horn. This is a blacked out bike where we're doing sort of chrome accents here and there. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing ready because I'm gonna take that bike to Daytona. It'll be nice. One nice side effect is I'm gonna have saddlebags now. So let me shut this camera off and get things moved around. But to recap, Cholo's damaged. It's not all their fault. Mistake was made, and then it leaked, and then it's nobody's fault. Please don't hold this against Evan Black. They're my pals, and they did me a favor, and it just went south. So, and they're gonna fix it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So let's get this guy ready. Yeah. I am truly and deeply sorry to everyone that's living in a cold place right now. But it's friggin' hot here and I'm dying. Fat guy is about to... Anyway, so I'm taking the dash panel off and I keep forgetting to video things, so sorry. So this is a 4mm Allen hex head, whatever you want to call it. I always call it Allen, but anyway, hex head. 4mm, and this is a 10mm bolt that goes through here. So we're gonna swap that real quick and put that on Olaf's bike, and then we'll do the side covers, which you just pull off the old ones and stick on the new ones. There's a post and a hole, and sure to learn about that in life sciences class. Anyway, so I gotta take the stocker off there, which I believe is probably harder than this. So let me do that. I'm gonna take the stocker off of Olaf's Night Rider bike there, and then we'll get started. Switching to, you know what I mean. Fat guy sweating. So the side covers, we finished I should show you the dash. What am I doing? So that 10mm nut, bolt, sorry. Maybe in a 3/8, to be honest. But 10 worked. Tighten there. It's all dirty, I still gotta clean it. And then that, like 4mm up here. And then flashy new gas cap. So that's done. I still got to clean the whole tank, so it looks like hell right now. 2 more things I'm going to do besides the side covers. 3 more things. The side covers just pull off, so you got to like loosen the bag here just so you can get some clearance. Loosen her back there, and you just grab that sucker and pull it off. There's just posts and rubber holes. If you've never done that before, you probably have. I'm just saying, you'd be surprised. Some people have never done that before. You just pull it off, and the new ones just go right back in their place. They come painted to match, all that stuff. And I'm going to change the horn, because we talked about that before. Just one with a chrome cover, and it's one assembly, and I have one on the shelf, so why not just change the whole horn? So I'm going to put a chrome horn on it, just to put some chrome on this side. I have a chrome derby cover for him too, but I just don't think I have time for that today because I got to actually work. And 2 things I'm going to do that are just preference, but I'll put them back. But seeing as how I'm going to be riding this for a week, I'm not a cup holder guy. That comes off really fast. It looks like we just like a thumb screw there. And then his highway pegs they may be cocked funny from the accident, but they're insane. They don't make any sense at all. Like what? For me, that's useless. So 1 bolt, I'm going to pull those off. I'll put them back on and readjust them for him when he's back on the road. But I feel like they're out of whack from when the bike went down anyway. I don't know. So I'm going to put the side covers on, pull those off, pull off the cup holder, change the horn, and then give her a bath, clean her up, make her more presentable. So we finish that. One thing this does have I'm looking forward to, I have the Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 on my Ultra. I've got the 2 fairing speakers and the 2 lower speakers, but it's the Harley Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 stuff, so 4-speaker system. He has a Rockford Fosgate system using the stock head deck, but it's the bags plus the fairing, and I'm just curious, like, you know, the stereo's always sounded really good to me, so I'll just see if, you know, what the difference is. Somebody's already saying, what do you need a damn radio for on a motorcycle? Oh, she's so dirty. So dirty. Oh, look what I found. I had chrome axle covers. May as well put them on a bike. If you ever wondered what these stretch side covers kind of do to the bike, I'll show you again. Dirty as hell, not cleaned up, but there's a stock side cover and there's a stretch side cover. So you can see that it carries the bike all the way down into the bottom of the bag. Really changes the look of the bike. So, and cleaned up is going to be much better. So let me do the other side. I'm also going to run the Evan Black seat. So this is the Cobra seat that I have in black, which will look really cool on that bike. Olaf runs a big Mustang Super Tour because he typically has a tour pack, and we do a lot of distance riding normally. I mean, I'm gonna pull it up there in the rig, and I'm gonna ride every day for a week, but I'm not doing any distance riding, I don't think. So I'm gonna put the Advan Black seat on it just because, you know, it'll be at their tent on Friday the 4th, if you were wondering. Friday the 4th, probably around 11-ish. Side note from the damaged bike, I'm not going to Dan Kite's tent now at 9 a.m. on Friday because he's not gonna do all the cool special paint on a tank that's damaged. So I need to get it lined out, and then I'll just go up to, he lives in like the Daytona area. I'll just go to his house and get it done. Anyway, I'm gonna run this seat again. I had taken it off my Ultra because between mine being an Ultra, sitting an inch higher, putting the Wilbur's Neva Mat suspension on the rear end, which is still one of my favorite upgrades I've ever done to a bike, levels the bike again when you get going, all that stuff. That raises it about a ½ inch from an Ultra. Then I put big ass front wheel on it, and when I combined all that, I was about 1 inch away from being fully flat-footed. So the easiest way to lower yourself on a bike is change the seat. So the Cobra seat sits at about the stock height. So I took it off and put my CVO seat back on to get that inch back. So anyway, it's been sitting in the corner. I do like the seat a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the bike. I think it'll look cool too, and I'll ride on that for the week because that's on a bike that's a special that's already sitting lower. That's freaking perfect for my height. Good Lord. Anywho, back at it. All right, so I'm not exactly sacrificing here. I mean, yeah, the Cholo had its little mishap, and we'll take care of that. It'll be fine, it'll be fixed, but I just spent this time working on Olaf's bike to get it just, you know, done. And damn, I didn't put the chrome horn on it. It just was like just one chrome thing, so until I do the other stuff, I'm not gonna, so. But let's walk around it, because she's pretty, you know? So we got the 19-inch wraparound fender on it. You guys saw me put that on. I gotta get some chrome bolts for the brake rotor. Those corroded real bad. The frickin' Florida salt air thing. We got the custom dynamics turn signals, which now that I have keys, I can actually turn those on. Those are really frickin' cool. I want those for the wife's CVO. We got the stretch side covers. Oh, dirty spot. Damn it, I gotta get that fixed. So clean that up. So there we got the stretch covers. We got the dash done with the chrome gas cap. We got the Dominator fender with the CVO taillights. He wanted red taillights, not smoked. The stretch bags from Advan Black, we switched those to chrome latches. Again, just little chrome bits here and there. So the chrome magnet covers for the quick release, because he has a King pack and a, you know, sissy bar and stuff. But those chrome covers are just nice little bits here and there. I put the Cobra seat on it. I think it really looks good with the profile of the bike. I mean, it looks nice. I'm still gonna wipe it up a little couple spots. Again, there's a stretch side cover. This is an S&S Sidewinder 2-in-1 that I had bought for that bike and ended up going a different direction, and that was sitting in a box. So I said, brother, that's yours. He bought an S&S teardrop because that's what God intended. It is tuned with an FP3, running perfect, no detonation, no nothing. We have the Attack headlight. I believe they're going to be selling those like in stock at Daytona if you're going, but I think they're actually going to have Attack headlights there. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. Got a windshield that's awful that I'm not sure where it comes from, but it's frosting and going funky. Maybe we'll get a replacement while we're in Daytona, who knows? These bars, someone's going to ask, those are 14s, but they're Harley's bars. See the bar and shield in there? So these are actually Harley-Davidson bars. So yeah, I just called Olaf and said two things. I really think you should just get a trike and sell me this bike now. He said nasty things about my mother, which isn't nice. But anyway, he said no, that he will not be selling it to me. And I told him that his plates expired today. He had just renewed it online. He's going to forward me the email. So when the police pull me over, not if, they're going to pull me over. I'm rolling around Daytona on a brother's bike that ain't mine with expired plates. I'm getting pulled over. That's okay. It's just part of life. But I'm going to have a picture of his driver's license and the email saying it's been renewed and everything, and I'll still get a ticket, but I don't give a shit. At least they won't think I stole the damn thing. And, oh, it needs a chrome oil color. Cover would be cool down there. Not color, cover. Took the highway pegs off because they were wonky. Yeah, and I took off the cup holder because I don't need to hold cups. So, there you go. So, that's what I'm going to be rolling on at Daytona. I'm actually really excited now. To be honest, totally, full disclosure, I love that Cholo. I ride it a lot. Again, I put about 1,000 miles on it since we put it back together. But now I'm going to have a badass stereo and bags and GPS, and my phone will be charged and all that happy crap. So this works out well. And then when I get back from Daytona, Brother Olaf comes home while I'm gone, unfortunately, because I won't be there. So when I get back, I'll be taking this to his house, so at least he's got his bike there with him to go out and pet while he recovers a little more till he rides. And then we can tear this sucker down. Side covers are going off of it. The bags and rear fender are going to Sergeant at Arms of a local club that I love to death, who's a good friend of mine. So he's going to Advan black the rear end of his 2015 Popo Glide. That'll be cool. Another brother of mine's taking the tour pack. He's going to take that one. So, I mean, this is all benefiting a bunch of people. I'm not just taking these parts and locking them away. I've got friends that are really deserving that already have a black bike, and they're just excited as hell. So, ooh, that's dirty down there. Anyway, so that's it. Don't feel bad for me. As the wife says, first world problems. We'll all get past it. I hope to see y'all in Daytona. So I'll get there. I leave on Wednesday, but I got to work here and there from the Cackleberry where I'm staying, Cackleberry Campground. But I will be at Destination Daytona Friday the 4th at like 10 or 11 or something like that at the Advan Black tent with the Olaf mobile. And you can take a look at these parts. We can talk, hang out, stuff like that. I will sign your moves. If it'll make you happy, that's fine. We'll do it. And then Saturday, the wife and I are going to go to the races. Miss Monkey comes on Friday, so I don't know if she'll be at Destination Daytona or not. Friday night, we're going to party in the Cackleberry. Saturday, we're going to go to the races. Saturday night, we're going to go to Main Street with George and Bert from Baggers and Brews, and that's when we'll go to jail. And then Sunday, we have to go turn and burn to Fort Lauderdale and back for the organization Telling Me Names meeting. And then I'll be back Monday. I don't have to work, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Tuesday, I have to work, but Tuesday night, I'm going to Destination Daytona again to be at the Custom Dynamics booth. So I'll see you Tuesday night if you want to come up. From there, that's it. We're ready for Daytona. Come hell or high water. I got bikes. We'll figure something out. So take care of each other out there. We'll talk real soon. Bye.